Do you have that one friend who's always sick? Like an old man? Got back problems from 16? If you blow at them a little, they get sick. Always complaining about something. My head, man. It's killing me. My knees, man. My knees. My pee-pee. Get out of here. Yeah, that's me. Hi, I'm Yellow, a guy in his early 20s. But if you had to guess from my medical records, you'd think I was an 80-year-old woman who's been living in the sewers. I've juggled one health issue after another for the past 5 years non-stop. It's insane. I had a chronic cold for months, back pain, stomach pain, diarrhea. I've probably dealt with all the problems you could think of except STDs. Haha. Yeah, I feel like my body's challenging itself on how many problems it can make me carry all at once. I call it disease maxing. How many times this come to me? Like, check this. I was constipated for the entire duration of my college right up until graduation, while at the same time dealing with a weak-ass stomach, a declining eyesight, being terribly underweight, and not only that, I was deaf from one ear for the first semester, and that's not even the half of it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me tell you about it, starting from the most common one. I have two enemies in this world, the devil and sore throat. Nothing dampens a morning like waking up and realizing you might be sick. Oh no, this can't be. When I was a baby, I would get sick so frequently that they used to give me shots every month before I even got any symptoms. I had so many meds in me that they used to call me Pfizer. I did get better when I grew up though. But in these past couple of years, I've returned to that weak state because my tonsils can't adapt to this freaking weather. I'll be getting sick every other week. I'm sure I'm not the only one who thinks the weather's been acting bipolar. One day it's like there's a death ray outside. The next, it's like the day after tomorrow. Get it? My body can't keep up with the crazy temperature. If I take off my jacket for a minute, I immediately feel cold. I put it on, now it feels like an oven, so I take it off again. If I do this a few more times, I'm gonna end up in a kung fu tournament with Jackie Chan. Global warming is real. And it is not my friend. There used to be a time when I wore my sandals in the house without any socks. Now, if I don't wear my socks for 2 minutes... And household ACs aren't all that popular where I live, so I can't moderate the temperature. Dad, can we get an AC in this house? AC? I guess you ain't see them blankets over there, fool! Can we not afford it? We're environmentalists. Are we broke? There are greenhouse gases. We're broke. No, and even if we were, that would be its own video. The worst part of the common cold is that if I drink the sweet, sweet cold water, it makes the disease worse. So I can only drink warm water until I get better. It's so frustrating. I'll be washing my hands while sick, and I feel the cool water on my skin. And all I can think about is how amazing it would feel in my mouth, running down my esophagus. No diddy. But I can't, because I'll get even more sick. But sometimes I just can't control myself, so I just start lipsing this water like a dog on Valentine's Day. I don't drink it, I just gargle it to practically edge my thirst, just so I could feel the refreshing cold. The second worst part of being sick is the stuffy nose. I'm not even gonna elaborate. Y'all already know it's the stuff of nightmares. Makes me want to shove a PVC pipe in my nose so I can try and breathe. But getting a stuffy nose makes me realize how much I was taking breathing for granted. And let's not forget about headaches. Back in the day, when I got a headache, my joints would be all achy. But then when I was in bed, it felt kinda nice. I don't know. Felt like I was resting from a hard battle. But now, ever since I got that something in 2020, I've had insomnia every time I got a headache. If I feel a little sick, I can barely sleep. The first time this happened, I was in my bed and I was wide awake for like an hour. But then I suddenly felt cold and I started shivering. At first, I thought it was an earthquake because I was shaking so hard, like a fish out of water. It stopped after like 30 minutes, but I was too traumatized to sleep. I thought I was gonna die. That was a weird experience, but the good thing is we don't stay sick forever. So how do I fight this disease? By going to the hospital. In true Habesha fashion, I don't have a habit of going to hospitals, especially for things like the cold. These little problems will be dealt with home remedies that were passed down from generation to generation, like garlic, honey, goat soup, whatever this is. But garlic in particular is overpowered. I'm cold. Garlic. I got a rash on my butt. Garlic. My back, help! What are you doing? You might seem crazy what I'm about to say. I used to hate garlic because my parents forced me to consume it as a kid. But now that I'm all grown up, I've realized that it's actually very powerful. At the slightest hint of a cold, I'll immediately consume 2 pieces of garlic with breakfast and then 2 pieces of garlic along with lunch. And voila! This will cut down my sickness before it can fully develop. And not just that, it also helps me repel evil spirits and goth girls. 2 pieces of garlic in your system is enough to kill 4 vampires. The only drawback to garlic is the breath. Consume just 2 pieces and you'll have enough garlic breath to kill 4 regular humans and vampires. Aside from garlic, I also like to wear every garment I own and give myself an artificial fever to kill the virus that's inside me. Though this one time I accidentally gave myself a heat rash as well, so risky move. Yeah, and that was the harmless stuff. This video is like an introduction, by the way. I haven't gotten to my more violent health malfunctions, which I gotta say are really funny. In hindsight, that is. If this video does well, I'll make this a series. That's it for this one. Eat your garlic.